Good morning and welcome back to Brittany in France for the EFRA Large-Scale Off-Road European Championships for 2024. This is RC Racing TV, and this event is brought to you by our title sponsor, Elcon Models, and also our gold level sponsors, RC Car Online, Samba, and RC Fox. So here we go. This is warm-up for the first round of qualifying in heat number 4, or it's a fourth round of qualifying. Heat number 1, group number 1 out on track right now. So we've got Lubomir Mihailov, Philippe Subiel, Matthew Stokes. Still haven't gotten the first name of Van Stuyvenberg. Jürgen Tocken, Yanakiev, Svetoslav, Martin Corbett, and Catherine Subiel. So this is Group 1 of Heat 4 out on track. And this is just warm-up right now. And so they've got 3 minutes to warm up. They've only just gone out on track, so you haven't missed anything yet. So we just want to start with thanking, again, all of our sponsors. Elcon Models, our title sponsor, and rccaronline.de, and RC Fox and Samba Exhausts. Thank you very much to them. Thank you very much to you for joining us here from France. We're just in the western. How do I get this wrong? The western coast of France in the Brittany region, just between Brest and Quimper. So we're here at the L'Automobile Club, Auto Club Model l'Ouest, I think is what it's called. And so we're just getting situated. Got a couple minutes to go. 30 seconds to go before the racing, before the qualifying starts. So thank you to everyone who is joining us. Do appreciate you all. And we appreciate your patience. Yesterday we had loads and loads of technical issues. Not at all our fault, but we had to deal with it the best we can. And so here we go. First cars out on track, or first trucks I should say, the short course class. And we're with car number 2, that's Philippe Subiel, about to cross the line for the first time. You see these possibly the most realistic of the large-scale off-road classes, with the roll cage on some of these, full covered wheels. Basically, racing trucks. Probably what I would be racing myself if I was driving one of these. So Philippe making his way across the line already once to start his first timed lap. And here he goes over the big jump and around the corner just underneath us, over the concrete jump, the concrete doubles, the mini tabletop, I've called it a few things. And over the step-up double, which is a tricky one if you don't get the right speed going over it. We've seen a lot of mistakes happen over that. There's a double in front of the driver's rostrum. And we do have a new camera set up over on that side that shows that side of the track a lot better. We're positioned to the extreme right corner of the track. Ooh, getting a little bit, not going too straight on that straight. Oh, and slides off. Wow. Let's see if our replay system is working. Here we go. Coming over the jump and then up and over, and somehow gets crossed up on the face of the jump and then slides off, ends up backwards. And there we go. That's the first replay of the weekend. Coming onto the paved S's. Tricky section. And around the bowl, and here's our bowl shot. You can see the, and he's, nearly gets clobbered head on. And coming out of the bowl there. We might need to, I think that's as far as over as that camera will go. Big tabletop on the main straight. Might have to angle it down slightly. Gets to jump better that time. So if you're joining us, let's change to another car. Let's find a number 3 of Matthew Stokes if we can. So while we're looking for Matthew out there on track, just say a big hello to everyone. So yes, please do join us in the chat and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for today. I know we had our good mate Callan Gunn joining us from Australia yesterday. And we had a couple other Australians as well. I think we're on Matthew. Yes, that's his familiar double-sided tricky. It's orange from one side and yellow from the other, so it's quite difficult. And coming towards us on the big jump. Nice landing there, directly underneath us. This is why I love the European Championships. You can immediately tell what country most of the drivers are from because of the country flags that they usually plaster all over the trucks. Especially on the short course trucks, this is so much real estate that you can lay some paint on or stickers. And Mini Fat Pants already saying, "Come on, Matt Stokes." So yes, we knew there's some Stokesy fans out there. So we got just under 5 minutes left in this one. So let's find another car. Jude, anyone you like? There we go. Who's this? This is the number 1, Lubomir Mihailov. Or it could be Mihailov Lubomir, but I want to say Mihailov is the last name. Mihailov, I believe, is from Bulgaria. Fastest lap in this group has been as all day yesterday and today, because yesterday was extremely wet. Fastest lap occupied by, or claimed by, Taylor Letchford. Taylor doing a fantastic job out there. And I will see who is the current TQ. Because Taylor held it. He held it for one. Let's see. Here we go. Two-wheel drive. Okay, so ranking lists for short course. At the moment, TQ is Ian Audie. So there's 4 rounds of qualifying. There were 3 rounds that were run yesterday. We missed the first one, just technical issues. But we were able to bring you the second and third. So Ian TQ'd the first round, came second in the second round, and third in the third round. So he has a 0 and a 2. So if you TQ, you have 0 points. It's a bit like golf in this case. Jack Keatley TQ'd the third round and came second in the first round. So he has a 0 and a 2 as his 2 best scores out of 4. So there's 4 rounds of qualifying. That means 4 rounds count. Taylor Letchford, we're not sure why. We would love to have some information in the chat as to why, but He didn't run the third round for some reason. But he did run the first round where he came third and the second round where he TQ'd. So he has a 0 and a 3 as his two best scores. So he's currently third. Assuming he runs and does as well as he did in the previous rounds. So even if he comes second or third, he'll have a 0 and a 2 maybe, or another 3. So he'll have a 0, 3, and a 3. And depending where Ian Audie ends up and Jack Keatley, so those guys are the ones who are basically competing for the overall TQ. They still have to go through the semifinals. Anything can happen, as we saw last year with Ian in the semis. He's doing very, very well, but can't remember quite what happened, but he wasn't able to get out of the semis. But, yeah, so it's between Ian Audie, Jack Keatley, and Taylor Letchford for the overall TQ. And then we've got Fabien Marat currently in fourth position of after 3 rounds of qualifying. Alfie Jack Shilcock, who's definitely our youngest British racer. I'm not sure if he's the youngest racer overall. But yeah, he's doing really, really well. 5th place overall with a 4th and a 6th place. And then we have Leo Van Oort in 6th, Thomas Slagle in 7th, Jerome Oldry in 8th, Zach Whittleston in 9th, and Judas C.L. Gandino in 10th place overall. And that's just for qualifying. So we've got, I think it's the 5th round of the 5th heat out there is the top heat. And we'll see Alfie Jack in the second to last heat out there. And we'll see Ian, Taylor, Jack, and Zachary and Fabian in the final heat of short course. So that will be coming up probably in about an hour or so, because there's 13 or 14 minutes between each round. There's 10 minutes of driving, which in this one is nearly finished. And then we've got about 3 minutes of warm up, and there's about maybe 30 to 40 seconds in between each, between the end and the beginning of each of those groups. So I think that covers most of the housekeeping. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it massively. Mini Fat Pants asking in the chat, are there any finals today? There are finals today. The semifinals start tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that means we have all of the lower finals to bring you live here on RC Racing TV and EFRA YouTube and Facebook channels. So definitely stick around for that. The finals will be starting after lunch, and we won't know who is where until after all the qualifiers are run. So I'm just going to try to bring up the two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive results, just so everybody, so we're all caught up with that. So for two-wheel drive, it's there's a lot of unfamiliar names here for me. At the moment, Theo Plant is the current TQ. He's got a 0, so he's got one round TQ, I should say, and a 3rd place, and then his throwout is a 14th position. And Cyril Cador, who is our current fast lap holder for two-wheel drive, he's got a 2nd and a 2nd, and his throwout is an 8th place. Oliver Whittlestone has a TQ and a 6th place with a throwout of 31st. Luke Vandenberg is 4th overall with a 4 and a 4. Norris Carl is 5th. Lucas Borcher is 6th. Thomas Kraus is 7th. Lars Abez is 8th. Mark Higgins is 9th. And Danny Millett is 10th. And let me just bring up four-wheel drive. And four-wheel drive, it's pretty interesting. So four-wheel drive, no, that's the heat listings. I don't want heat listings. Ranking lists. So we've got basically Wesley Van Helmen has secured the TQ in four-wheel drive. Again, is going to have to go through the semifinals, just like everybody. So, but he does have 3 overall round TQs. So he is the TQ for four-wheel drive. So he's doing fantastically well. Romain Walter has a 2 and a 3. Maël Boucher also has a 2 and a 3, but I think it must go down to the fastest overall time between those, because Romain's throwout is a 4 and Boucher's is a 3. So let me just confirm that. So the throwout, so best time, so 16 and a 10:38 and 16 and a 10:34. That is Walter's results. And Maël's results are a 16 and a 10:36 and a 16 and a 10:38. So just 10:36, 10:38. That's okay. That's interesting. Now these aren't complete reports, so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe someone can explain that in the chat. But anyway, Walter has a 2 and a 3. Maël has Boucher has a 2 and a 3 as well. Sven Rodewald, the defending four-wheel drive champion, has a 2 and a 4. So he's starting, at the moment, he's qualified 4th. Ferry Fernie from from Netherlands, has a 4 and a 5. Jarno Sultanen from Finland has a 6 and a 6. Ken Valkiers has a 5 and a 9, but I think he's qualified. His control practice kind of puts him in an odd. I think he's not in the fastest group. He's either in the second fastest or the third fastest group of qualifiers. So he's slightly out of position going in. Maybe he just had bad control practice, or I'm not sure exactly. Senne van de Velden, one of our youngest racers here, has a 7 and an 8. Essa Milima has a 7 and a 10, and Jeremy Tiufree has a 8 and a 9, and he is 10th. So the overall for four-wheel drive at the moment looks like Van Helmen in first. Well, definitely pole position, or TQ, let's say. I'm not going to call it pole position until we have the grid, because anything can happen in the semifinals. Romain Walter in 2, Maël Boucher in 3, and then the rest of the top 10 look like Rodewald, Fernie, Sultanen, Valkiers, Van de Velden, Milima, and Tiufree. So big names missing from that top 10, and I believe it is top 12 actually that go into the main. But the big names missing are Puziat and Vaselli. So Puziat has a 6 and a 12. Vaselli has an 8 and a 10. So, yeah. And the rest of the top 20 are Anthony Morat in 13, Rodolphe Landreau in 14, Patrick Vidal in 15, David Marischal in 16, Dave Ashton in 17, Eric Bellotti in 18, Pale Ornum in 19, and in 20 is Benjamin Auclair. And remember, one more round of qualifying to go. We are on the final round right now. So, Zach, let's see if we can find car number 3, the bright pink, black, and just coming through the middle section right now, the number 3 with the bright yellow wheels. This is Heidi Schilcock. So, mother to Alfie Jack Schilcock, and one of the gigantic, one of the racers from the huge British racing team who are here, representing Team GB and the BRCA. Coming down the straight, over the huge jump right in front of us, right straight at us. coming underneath this now and over the concrete mini double, or mini tabletop, I should say. And you can see where the driving line is literally the cleanest line on the track. Anything that is slightly browny green is very slippy and very wet and just loaded up with dirt. You can see all the mud that has been collected there. And coming over the last set of jumps, come onto the big tabletop on the main straight. A little bit of a hop on the front wheels. But landing well, that's almost the perfect line there. It's a good line landing there. Oh, and hitting those massive concrete jumps. They're almost, I mean, they are jumps if you get them wrong, that's for sure. And getting nose in on the, coming off of that step-up double. It's a very tricky one. And here's our bowl cam. You see Heidi just coming out of that S section there.
Okay, good job. Thank you,
Coming to the concrete paving slab S's. That double, tricky double right in front of the drivers.
By 7, we have a fast car coming close. Working in.
Good speed on that main straight. A little bit too much speed maybe in that corner. Good apex there. So let's find another car. Any car will do. We've got 5 Brits in this race out of 8 drivers. We have a Swiss racer. I know we had someone asking to see Roger Coos yesterday, so we'll definitely try and show him. Ian Southey's in this one. We know he has he's got some fans online. So it's the cars 7 and 5. 5 has just gone underneath us. But who are we with right now? There's a 7 of Roger Coos, our lone Swiss racer in this race. We follow Roger for a few laps. Lap time's about 45 to 50 seconds, depending on if there's a mistake. Marshall 7 getting a yelling. Marshall 8 has to rescue. That is a pretty tricky section. So Roger coming onto the straight. Just tapping the back side of that tabletop. Not landing it quite so perfect. Got Heidi coming up on him. Heidi's leading this one still, so she's fastest truck in this one. So let's see how Heidi manages to get past Roger here. Roger is able to pass that number 6 car of Hervé Letellier. And Heidi, oh man, that is a massive crash. Wow. Let's see that again, if we caught it. Here we go. And then just catching the second jump there, somersaulting over. Woo! And then getting a little bump from Roger just to add to the misery. So now she's got to pass him all over again. We'll stick with Heidi until she catches Roger once again. I'm sure Team Britain won't want to be on the highlight reel for that one, but will be well made up for by the driving of Heidi's son, Alfie Jack, And we've got Ian and Taylor, very fast British racers. Make up for it, I'm sure. So Heidi just coming up on Roger once again. Oh, Roger gets wide and then gets tipped over. Oh, man. Let's see what happened there. Roger just getting it too wide, trying to stay ahead when he doesn't really need to. He knows it's a faster truck coming up. And Heidi gets by anyway. Okay, so let's find the number 5 of Ian Southey. He is yellow and bright green. Just come back onto the track from a mishap, shall we say. So Ian coming down the straight now. So here's our bowl cam in action once again. Very handily set up by young Zach and younger Jude, our co-conspirators this weekend. So you're watching the EFRA Large-Scale Off-Road European Championships for 2024. Oh, that's a fantastic power slide there from Ian. 1 minute left in this one. And Ian has got Heidi coming up on him once again. Heidi looking to finish. She's trying to hit the 14 lap mark. If she can get past Ian cleanly, which I think she did. I was just looking to see what her time was. Yes, so she's now on a 14 lap in 10:44. So literally a half, like 0.2 of a second, just fast enough by 0.2 of a second to hit that 14 lap time. So if she has a clean lap, let's move forward to Heidi. There she is. So if she's got a clean lap, it's not such a clean landing, but if she's got a good lap here, she will definitely hit the 14 lap mark, the first of our racers to do so. Coming over that step up. Okay, she clears that well. She clears Roger once again. That's good. Come through the S's. Oh, a little bit slow there because of the bicycle action, but she's still on a 14 lap in 10:40 pace now. She's actually sped up just a tiny bit. So great run here. So one more lap. Time has finished for everyone. So everyone's on their last lap now. Good landing off the tabletop. Coming underneath us. Staying on that bright green line. It's very easy to see the driving line now because of the and over. That is such a tough jump for some of these drivers to make, but now she's finished with a 14 laps in 10:40. Fantastic run for Heidi. A full lap ahead of second place Andrew Spence and Clement Jubio and Jake Humphreys and Ian Southey. Hervé Letellier and Roger Coos yet to finish, but Andrew Godley Simon has done it. So there's our times on the screen, as you can see.
Okay, guys, no more laps. Top 7. Perfect job, thank you. All cars to technical inspection lane.
So great stuff. A very good run there from Heidi.
Next run, we'll have Group 3. Marshals from Group 2.
So the next group is already out in the pit lane.
Marshals 1 to 8 to your positions. Let's go. Okay, drivers. Ready? Okay, go, go, go. Track is open.
So track has now been officially opened for the next group of racers. And that is Group 3 of short course.
Nice work together. This is just warm up. Track is still wet, so don't push too much in this first lap. Marshals to your positions.
So once again, 3 minutes of warm up.
Take your ear. Okay, all marshals, okay.
2 minutes to start.
So 2 minutes to go.
All consider okay.
This is just warm up, so hopefully all the drivers are taking it easy enough. No one wants to break on a warm up lap.
One minute to start.
So 1 minute left.
Seconds to start.
Attention, parce que tu vas peut-être faire comment, hein, je vais pas répartir un petit peu, répartir pas mal. Parce que comme le warm-up là, il faut encore un peu.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 30 seconds to drive.
And Neil coming around the last section. So let's see what is happening in the live chat. How many, not too many people watching, everybody. Yeah, sorry for the lack of sound there for the last couple minutes. My fault. I was having a chat with one of the EFRA officials who has arranged us our interview area. Do apologize. So for those of you who are looking for the live coverage from Sochile for the 1/8 IC Buggy Euros, you just have to head back to the main page on the RC Racing TV or EFRA YouTube channels, and the live feed from there will appear when it is ready. There actually is probably a waiting screen. You can click on that and just wait. So once again, we do appreciate everybody joining us online and in the live chat. If you have any questions or any information, more importantly, because I'm not familiar with all of these racers that are out here. I've known them purely by visiting coming out to the European Championship. So I don't go to not able to go to the BRCA Championships or the other European Federation Championships to see these drivers in actions away from the Euros. So it's very, very rare. I literally only see these people once a year. So I have to catch up with what's happening and how they've been and find out how good people like Callan Gunn are. Callan, hope you're out there. And Callan was with us yesterday, along with a couple other Australian viewers. So thank you very much. Just take a moment to just take off my hoodie, maybe, because even though I'm just sat down, it's already getting quite warm. So just give me a moment. So 3 minutes of warm-up has started. So we are going to hear from our top 3 racers, hopefully, as they come out. So I'm just going to see if I can make arrangements to do that down the road. So 2 minutes left to go in this warm-up period. Okay, so just getting situated further. I'll have to untangle myself in a few minutes. 1 minute left before the 4th round of short course kicks off. So this is the second to last group of short course racers.
Okay, go now. Stay in the line. Southwest.
Got Leo Van Ort, Eric Lacourt, Julien Bornagat, Jerome Oldry, Andrew Stevenson, Alfie Jack Shilcock, Judiciel Gandino, David Attewell. There's our top, well, our 8 racers in this one.
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And there's the hooter. Time has started. 10 more minutes of qualifying. The final 10 minutes of qualifying for these racers. And let's see who we are with. I want to say it's a very familiar. Yeah, it's Eric Lacourt and the truck number 2 coming around the S's to start first time lap. So let's follow Eric around. This is the bowl section. There's our bowl cam. Nice wide shot of the left side of the track. It's the far side of the track from where we are located. And coming onto the concrete launch pad for the big tabletop at the start of the straight. And here's a bigger jump coming just underneath us. And the mini tabletop. A very nicely designed large-scale track. And there's that step-up double. It's quite tricky for some of the slower cars, slower drivers. And that double just in front of the driver's stand. Once again, back to our bowl cam. There's that tricky double. Back to our main cam. It's a fairly easy double coming off, and then a very small jump coming just before that turn onto the main straight. Oh, a little slideways action there. So Eric currently running 6th position, just ahead of Alfie Jack, young Alfie Jack. We'll follow him in a minute or so. We'll just catch up with everyone else who's out there, who's potentially going to be contending for the top 10 spots. Alfie has just finished his second lap, running 42.8, so he's leapt up into second position. Jerome Oldry have a slow lap with their 52nd lap, but the truck number 4, if we can find, see if I can find him out there. Just going into the bowl section now is truck number 4, is that white and yellow truck. That's Jerome, one of our contenders for the top 10 positions. Nice slide going into that fast corner off the main straight. Alfie Jack now running in the lead. We will be following him soon. Don't worry, Alfie Jack fans. Just want to make sure that it's a 10-minute run. We don't want to spend half the run on a single driver when there's so many other quality racers in each of these groups. So we'll stick with Jerome just for until he finishes this lap, and then I'll try to find truck number 7, who I've already spotted. So we'll move to him after Jerome finishes his run here, or his lap, I should say. So truck number 7 is just coming down the main straight, Jude. If we go to the end of the straight, just at the end of the straight. There we go. That's car number, that's car number 2 of Lacourt. Sorry, were you on 7? I got the numbers, I read the numbers wrong. There we go. I think that's car 7. There we go, yes. So this is Judiciel Gandino, another one of our top 10 runners. Seeing he's not doing so hot in this one. He's 56.5 second lap the last time. It's on a 13 lap pace. Most of the drivers in this one on a 14 lap pace. And Alfie Jack, certainly one of the top contenders to be doing that. He's definitely on a 14 lap pace. So a slow 14 lap, but
careful going in. Okay, going out.
there's still 5 minutes to go, so plenty of time to catch up. Okay, here we go with, see what happens with these two. So we've already followed that car 4 of Oldry. This is Gandino chasing Oldry. It's not a heads-up race, but still, the more pace you can put into one of your competitors, you're certainly, if you're making up time on them, you're certainly pushing yourself forward on the overall time. I think the second run that we saw from Alfie Jack is definitely going to be his highlight for the weekend as far as qualifying. He's not quite setting things on fire, although he did just do a 43.1 second lap that last time. Just very quickly, I think we've already followed the car number 1, so let me just see if we have. That's Leo Van Oort. See where that truck number 1 has gone. So just about to come onto the straight now is our truck number 1 of Leo. There he is. One of our faster drivers. He's consistently been leading this one. This is Leo. Coming into that bowl section. Wherever that last jump to start his run down the main straight. So Leo on a 14 laps in 10:10 pace. That's what the computer is predicting at the moment. All the drivers but one now on a 14 lap pace.
You need to stay in the line. Wait. Go now, go. Everyone, all back.
Okay, so we'll let we'll let Leo finish this lap. When he crosses the finish line, we'll look for Alfie Jack, who's just about to go into the bowl section. So it's actually the next car ahead of Leo on track. So just coming out of the bowl section now, Jude, that's Alfie Jack Shilcock right there in car number 6. Just crossed the line to jump up into the second place with a 42.3 second lap. He's actually on a very slightly faster pace than Leo. Leo on a 14:10.08, Alfie Jack on a 14:10.07. So if he stays on that pace, little bobble there. But if he stays on the same pace, we'll see how he finishes. 14 lap 10:07. For some reason, still showing in second, even though he's forecasted to do faster. Because Leo has just leapt up to back up his 14:10.07. Very, very close battle on the clock. So we're going to finish this run with Alfie Jack. He's got this lap and one more. Coming over the mini tabletop. See how he does getting past this back marker. This is often the back markers that make a big difference. There we go. So, okay. Little slow there, but he keeps it rubber side down, and that's what's important here. So let's see what this lap looks like for Alfie Jack. And that is a 42.4, a great lap. So 14 lap, 10:07.653 for Alfie Jack. Leo is on, he's had a very slow lap somewhere along the way. He's on a 13:10:09, so don't know what happened to Leo. For some reason, still showing in first, so I don't know what's happened there, how that happens, but that's what the computer's saying. Alfie Jack going to be, I think he's might get caught on this one. It's only less than 10 seconds left on the whole clock, but depends where he started his run. So finishing this lap, that'll be okay. So he's finished his 13th lap. He did have a slowed down by a couple of seconds. So Eric Lacour on a 14:10:23. Leo has stopped, I think. I think Leo has stopped because he has not come through. Andrew Severson first to finish. Okay, Leo has just come across the finish. So yeah, Leo had a major problem somewhere along the way, losing a lap in that run versus Alfie Jack. Alfie Jack just about to finish. Coming over this, just catching the top of that second jump there. So let's see where he finishes here. 14 laps in 10 minutes and 9 seconds. Fantastic run. With a 42-second lap as his fastest lap time. So winning that heat once again. Doing really well. All right, so all exciting. Yeah, so what brand is Alfie Jack driving? I think he's driving a TLR, and I'm going to assume he's running an Audified because that's what most of the British racers are using, and a lot of the European racers, to be fair. And Mini Fat Pants, yes, we were already following Alfie Jack, or planning to. FJCM78, hello everybody. Hello FJM78. And Ralph, what car, brand and engine tuner brand does Leo use? No idea. If he's got an RC related Facebook page or Instagram account, then he might have some information on there, but I'm not given any of that information. I have to discover it for myself. So we've got a little video montage that we produced yesterday, so let's see if our button works. And that clearly has not.
This is just warm-up.
Just give us a moment to sort that out.
Attention, Fabian. Attention. Go, go, go.
So it's playing all of our replays.
One minute, 30 seconds to open the clock.
Which is not terrible. But yeah, not really what we intended. I don't know why it's doing that.